And the dude starts tapping me.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, whatever, I don't. But mind you, we're still on Mount Everest, right? There's 10,000 foot drops, right? He starts to tap me harder like this.
Yeah.
I'm weeping on this whole thing. He does it one more time, and it's beyond my comfort level of a man touching my body on this precarious place. So I'm weeping. I'm having this moment. I look at him. I go,
it's not easy because you get an opportunity, and what if that's your only one? And you've kind of felt that, which is, I had my opportunity. What if I don't get it again? How'd you fight through that? And what was kind of your mental mindset in coming to that decision of, oh, wow, it can happen again?
While you were speaking, I was hearing Eminem "Lose Yourself" play in my mind. You only get one shot to not. So, listen, man, problems are here for us. I really believe that. And there's not a problem that's going to keep me down. My spirit's too strong. Period. And now I've been overcome enough problems to know that about myself. And this is some of the reasons why we do hard things. I think we train for the hard things that we don't choose, because life can just throw hard things at you by choosing to do hard things. So I just don't give up. No matter what. No matter what. And I don't know if I was born with that or what, but I know my mind is powerful. All of our minds are powerful. So if I can learn to stop thinking other people's thoughts, at that time it was Mike Posner's career is over. He's a one-hit wonder. Remember Mike Posner, this whole thing. Those were other people's thoughts. And I started to think them for a little while. And I go, what if I'm going to choose my thoughts. And I started to write in a notebook. I'm going to win the Grammy for Album of the Year. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. And everything I've ever dreamed of has happened. God has given me every single thing I've ever asked for.
Do you think that the importance of, you said you write it down. How important is that to you versus kind of just saying it verbally? I'm a huge proponent of, if you say your goals and your aspirations out loud, it's almost like putting it out into the world.
Yeah.
And it makes it almost a reality.
Yeah.
I'm not as...
It's a version of reality.
Yeah.
Sorry, I cut you off.
No, I mean, and then some people write it down. There's various ways to do it. For you, what do you think works the best?
I'm all about this. So I love talking about this stuff. There's got to be emotion involved with it. So you do what works for you. For me, I write them, I say them, and I use music, and I use my body. So even saying them out loud, my favorite incantation, I'm on Instagram all the time saying this, right? Because I say it every day, every single day. I could say, I am joy, I am faith, I am love. I'm just saying it. Let me feel it. I am joy. I am faith. I am love. Or I can get my body in, right? So now I'm using my focus that second time. I use my words. That's my intention. And now it's like, I am joy. I am faith. I am love. I am unstoppable. I'm Mike Posner. See, I hear, I feel, I know my destiny is to be a leader who unlocks the magic potential in myself and many others. Life is happening for me, not to me. This is just the beginning. I am joy, I am faith, I am love. How can I love myself even more? I deserve the best and I accept it now. I feel God's energy moving in my life. Avalanches of abundance are moving towards me. I'm a magnet for abundance and great people. I mean, this is the emotion. So for me, having the best way, the easiest way for me to get the emotion in is to involve my body. So that's what. So I'll do these like I just did, or I do them while I'm running, or I do them while I'm in the ice bath because the body's physiologically doing some pretty intense stuff. But if you can combine these words of affirmation with a physical change, that is very powerful. That is very powerful. And the writing it is great too. I still do that. Sometimes I write these things. Last night I was writing, I am joy, I am faith, I am love. Because the mind creeps in with negative thoughts, with worries, with anxieties, and stuff happens in life. And so it's not enough to just go to therapy and diagnose all the pathological ways we think. We have to then replace those with something new. Okay? So that's it. You know, and I have a therapist, I have a coach, you know, so I'm all about understanding. If there's something I'm doing that's not productive, let's understand it, but let's change it. I don't want to just go, yeah, I have depression, I have OCD, I sometimes do this thing. I said, who gives a fuck? Change it. You know it. That's the starting point. It's great that you went in and you understood something that was a unproductive habit. But you're an adult now, so it's like you got the power to do something different. And a lot of things that we think are unchangeable diseases are not. They're just ingrained habits. Yeah. And you got to start to. You can't just understand an old habit. You got to put a new habit in. So like a lot of my life, I was depressed, but I would never say I am that. I say I am joy, and it's changed my identity. And it's changed my life. And I'm not depressed anymore. I might have a depressed moment. I might have a depressed thought. I might even have a depressed hour. But me, my identity is I am joy, I am faith, I am love. I'm a leader who unlocks the magic potential in myself and others. That's it.
I love that. I love that because you're a pretty, sitting here, rather soft-spoken, smooth voice kind of guy. And then when you want to manifest the ability to like ramp up and you bring this energy out into the world and you kind of project it out there, it's the transformation of just seeing that in the 3 minutes. It's crazy. Is that intentional? Do you feel like you feel that moving on your own, or is that something that you have to push and force out?
Well, sometimes you got to push it out. You know, sometimes I wake up, all those old habits, even after the walk across America, the Grammys, climbing Everest, all the meditation retreats, everything, all the old habits are still there. And sometimes they're more present than others. If you don't get a good night's sleep or something stressful, right? So I wake up, it's like that old habit of self-pity and depression, they're all there for me. They're like, hey, you want to play with us today? And it's deciding every day, no, I'm going to be who I decided I am. The real me, the truth. So it's about we have control of our states. And Krishnaji or Preetnaji, they teach there's only two states, right? There's suffering states and there's beautiful states. But let's just talk about beautiful states. There's all different types of beautiful states. There's serene, there's energetic, there's joyful, there's all different types of states. So you want to be in the one that's appropriate for what life is asking of you in that moment, right? And so, yeah, I can turn it up, right? But a couple weeks ago, I did a house call for a family who had a daughter who's 2 years old, and she's on her way to see the Lord. I'm not coming in there like that. It's quiet. I'm coming. I'm gonna listen first. I'm gonna listen for hours. And so that is also a beautiful state. It's a calm state. It's a receptive state. But it was more appropriate for that moment. My favorite story about this is Jason knows this story, is when I made it to the summit of Mount Everest. Right? And it's one of the best moments of my life. I trained for a year and a half full time. I climbed 71 mountains to get ready for it. I put my life, everything on the line. reoriented my entire life, my business, everything to get to that moment. And I got there, and I got to the top of the world, and I keeled over, and I wept because of how hard it was. And I looked out, and there's this gargantuan pyramidal shadow of Mount Everest stretching out hundreds of miles into Tibet and beyond. I was overcome with gratitude. And then some motherfucker wants me to move so he can stand there and have his moment. And the dude starts tapping me.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, whatever. You know, I don't. But mind you, we're still on Mount Everest, right? There's 10,000 foot drops, right? He starts to tap me harder, like this.
Yeah.
I'm weeping on this whole thing. He does it one more time, and it's beyond my comfort level of a man touching my body on this precarious place. So I'm weeping. I'm having this moment. I look at him. I go, "Don't put your fucking hands on me again." He didn't put his hands on me again. And then I went back to having my beautiful moment, right? But I had to shut that down.
Yeah.
You know, I can't have a person physically putting force on my body in a dangerous place.
Yeah.
And then I can have my beautiful moment. And it wasn't a time to go, hey, I love nonviolent communication. It wasn't a time for that.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm observing you putting your hands on me in this moment. No, it's don't put your fucking hands on me again. So there's even a place for anger, right? When you're in danger, your body's in danger, or your family's in danger. Anger is appropriate. Right? Rage might be appropriate. It's not that often where those are appropriate, right? So it's about being in the state that is most appropriate for what life is asking of us.